I've slowly been watching myself fall off track with my habits, goals, and my routines. It started by me skipping a day of going to the gym, and like most of you, we tell ourselves, oh, I just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, y'all, has not yet come. I've literally fallen into my lazy girl era, chilling on the couch, not doing much. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and on this channel, I create content to help us become our best self. The goal is to become 1% better every day. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that you can do right away to help you get back on track with your habits, goals, and routines. Let's get into it. The first tip to getting back on track is to acknowledge that falling off track is part of the process. When we find ourselves falling off track, our initial reaction is to criticize ourselves. For me, my inner critic sounds like, here we go again, you can't even be consistent. Did you really think you'd be consistent this time? What were you thinking? Of course, come on now. She can be a bit harsh. What does your inner critic sound like? What voice and things do you say to yourself as you're trying to get back on track and when you find yourself just kind of, I don't want to use the word lazy, but just not doing your best? Silencing your inner critic and practicing grace and self-compassion is essential because it helps you to take back your power and to affirm and reassure yourself that just because you were inconsistent in the past doesn't mean that you can't be consistent now. You're a human being who's changing. And also, when you find yourself falling off track, recognizing that this is also part of the process is important because one, it shows that you're human. You're not a machine who can keep going without rest. So you will have some days where you're just out of it, weeks and even months. So in those moments, give yourself grace, find time to rest, recharge, and get back on your game. The second tip when you find yourself falling off track is to rest because you might just be burned out. The beauty of having habits, goals, and routines is that it gives you structure and it helps you focus and have something to work towards. But what no one talks about is how having goals, habits, and routine and working on them all the time can start to feel like work. It can start to feel like a chore and a never-ending game. So sometimes when you find yourself getting off track, it's your body way of saying, I am exhausted, I am burned out, I just need to rest and to be. I've been experiencing this for myself in this past 3 weeks because I have been on with my habits, goals, and routine. And even though those things are making me a better person, but I can also find myself getting really tired, exhausted, and the thought of doing them, I'm just like dreading it because it just starts to feel like a chore. And I just needed a break from it. So you too may just need a break from all of it. So what I would recommend, which really helped me, was to give myself a full day of rest where I just did everything I wanted to do, slept in a bit, woke up, broke away from my morning routine, and just lived in the moment and did what I wanted to do for my morning, evening, and night. And that made me feel so refreshed. And I also took a break from just creating videos for a whole week because my body, my mental state needed that. So I would just encourage you, maybe you need rest as well. It's okay to take a break from all these things that makes you a better person, to give yourself time to just rest, recharge, so you can be better and propel to move forward. The third tip is to revisit your habit, goals, and routine. Do they still resonate with you? I know for myself, many times when we create our goals, our habits, we just kind of stick with it for however long we stick with it. But sometimes when we find ourselves getting off track, it's because it no longer resonates with us. We're kind of bored and we need to switch it up so that we can have the motivation and desire to keep showing up for ourselves. So I encourage you to sit down and revisit your goals, habits, and routines to see where you need to make adjustments so that it resonates with you. Because the truth is, in one season of your life, those habits, routines, and goals was exactly what you needed. But maybe right now, your body, your soul craves something different. Maybe you're working on a goal that you wanted 3 or 6 months ago, but you don't even care about reaching that milestone anymore, but you find yourself working towards that thing still, but it don't resonate. So I encourage you to sit down and just revisit those goals, habits and routines, and see what adjustments you can start to make to ensure that those habits, goals and routines actually reflects who you are in today's date and works for you, and not the other way around. As you think about making those adjustments, some questions that you may want to ask yourself is, what area have I fallen off the most? Why is that? Is this an area that I need to switch up, add something to, take away something from? Or do I just need to toss it off because it no longer resonates with me? The fourth tip is to focus on one area and get back to the basic. When we want to get back on track, we can go from 0 to 100 real fast. I know, for example, I tell myself, you know what? I'm gonna wait till Monday. Monday is the day I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do a full hour like I used to. And then Monday comes around, you're like, yeah, we'll try next Monday. So I encourage you to take one area, focus on that area so you don't overwhelm yourself. But then also, rather than going from 0 to 100 real quick, I'd say tune it all the way down. And maybe go from 0 to 5, you know? Because if you haven't been to the gym like myself for about 3 weeks and you were doing an hour at the gym, that was the old version of you. The right now version of you may need to build yourself back to an hour at the gym. So you could start back at 15 minutes, then build up to 30, then add 45, then to an hour. The goal here is to build the momentum to keep showing up. Because remember, right now, the couch sounds really nice. So you're trying to build the momentum and motivation to take small steps in that focus area so that you keep showing up for yourself. The fifth tip to getting back on track is to identify the smallest action you can take. You've already identified your focus area. So now the question is, what's the smallest action you can take in this focus area to help you get back on track? So for example, I've chosen my focus area to be my morning routine. And I want to go from waking up at 8 a.m. to waking up at 7 a.m. And the smallest action I'm going to take is waking up at 7:45 and build my way to 7 a.m. So for you, what's the smallest action you're going to take? Share in the comments so we can hold one another accountable to showing up for ourselves. Ultimately, remember that you're human and that you're not a machine. Extend grace to yourself. Pick a small area to focus on and give yourself permission to rest. And also define that small action that you can take. You got this. I'm rooting for you. If you found this video helpful, you might want to check out my other video, How to Change Your Life in 5 Minutes a Day, where I share 8 5-minute habits that you can start to do in your day to improve your life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if it helped you, may you like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys next week. Bye.